So this is a video on how to learn to play Free Falling by John Mayer. The chords, as the chord charts are, those are the chords we're going to be playing. It's going to be following my process that I teach my students, which is to Google the chords that you want to learn the chords using the chord maps, and listen if they're correct, and then you enjoy playing your song as you desire. Now, in this case, the chords are G major, C add 9, then we have G6 over B, then D over F. Of course, we can put that over F to itoe ikweni, just a normal D. Now, we can simply strum the 3-4 with to our metronome if you're playing with a metronome. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you listen to the song is played by 3 guitars, so there's a whole lot of space that is empty when we play it like this. So we're going to add a few other items, and I want to add a hammer-on. So the hammer-on sounds like this. So basically, the hammer-on process or the hammer-on technique is just like you coming down on the strings. You strum and you strum and you drop your fingers. So strum, hammer on, right? That's sort of how you're getting that sort of zobid effect, okay? So in this case, it's gonna look like this. To practice that, you just do this. Once again, as usual, you isolate that section, and that's how you get that zobid, zobid. So we've moved from simple open chords to now. We've added some hammer-ons, but it still feels a bit empty. It lacks groove. So we're going to change our strumming pattern. Let me explain that. So what we're doing is we are strumming, say the first 3 strings as the accent. So we are using that as zara, zara, zara. So we are strategically strumming some of the strings and strategically strumming other strings, like part of the string. So when we add that into the chord progression, it's gonna sound like this. Something else I've added and I have not explained it, and it's this. There's a small subtle hammer-on that I'm adding here to give us a melody. So how we get to that is we isolate that again and we add this extra pink and we just do. So this sort of hammer-on is different from the one we were doing here. This one was just ba-dum, and this one is a pull-off. So we're hammering on and we're pulling off. But more, it's like a flick. You're flicking the string with your finger as you get off the string. To practice this, I would recommend you do the D shape and you practice just flicking the string until you get a clean sound. So it will sound like this. And it will struggle to get that movement down because it's not so straightforward. But once you get it down, you should end up with something like this. Make sure your fingers are clean. By clean, I mean you're not getting any of these. You'd never want any buzzing or muting on your strings. So in this case, it should sound clean. And just so you know, I am not plucking with my other hand. So one note I'm getting it with the hammer-on, and the other note I'm getting after pulling off. So if I was to add another note to this, I'd get 3 notes. So in this case, now when we put it back in the context of our song, we get. We've added that extra note there. Now, it's still feeling like it needs a bit more dynamics in my opinion. So what I'm going to add another technique which is called palm muting, and just basically means muting my guitar with the palm of my strumming hand. I'm going to put it here, right across the string over the bridge, and it's going to give this. It's going to give some dead sound to it. In case you're curious, here's how I'm strumming. I'm not using a pick, I'm using the tips of my fingers. I like you know, calling it the Korean heart, and that's what we are working with. It's meant to give you that extra, you know, kick at the end of the song. So if we are to combine all those techniques together, we're going to end up with. We're going to combine them to varying degrees, okay, to give the, you know, some motion to our song. So when the song is starting, we're going to do light strums with the open chords, just like we started learning them. And then maybe for the first verse, then it goes on to the now chorus 3, free falling, falling. Maybe the bridge, free falling, free falling now, free fall. Palm muting, remember? We are not doing the light. We're not doing that anymore. We'll leave that for the chorus. Now when it comes to the chorus, now I'm free, free falling, falling. Now I'm free, free falling. To end the song, we're gonna drop down. Free falling, falling, free falling, falling, free falling, falling, yeah. You can see how much dynamics and how much variation it's adding to the song. Now, what if we even added melodies inside? Now, melodies are a whole separate thing, but again, we've done so much, we've covered so much. So, that's the much you can be able to do with just those techniques, and you can apply them differently to different songs. And it's for you to now experiment with them and try applying them. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Tell me what you want me to explain a bit better. Well, feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be able to explain it better. Peace.